it again.
Welcome back to episode 2 of Pragmatically Primitive. My name is Bennett, and I'm joined today by my two co-hosts, Kyle Bain.
How's it going?
We've got PJ May.
What's good?
And our very special guest, Richard Morales.
Why am I very special?
Because we love you very dearly.
Why am I... You couldn't say special, it has to be very special.
Because we love you very, very dearly. That's why you're very special.
Oh, fucking suck ass.
I didn't mean anything. Before we started recording this, I actually was sitting down and eating dinner with my family, and we just had the news playing in the background. And this news article about a guy smuggling reptiles for the black market overseas from Australia came on, and my sister had no idea as to like why some guy was trying to bring lizards from our country to another, and my dad's sitting there going like, well, because they're super valuable overseas because they're native here. And so in this case, I don't remember the name of the guy, but I think they were shingleback lizards, I believe they're called, and he literally, it looked like by the pictures they were showing on the news, he had them in like a shopping basket looking thing, and he had them inside his suitcase. So it's just like 10 lizards in 2 separate shopping basket looking things inside this little suitcase that he's trying to take onto a plane because he was going to go to Japan and sell them overseas. And my sister was looking at us and she's going, "This is ridiculous. Why would anyone take lizards overseas to sell them? Like, surely they're not that, like, it's not that that profitable." And literally the next thing after she said that was that this guy was going to go and sell all 10 of his lizards for $20,000 each.
All right.
Like, when you think about it, it's an insane amount just for a few lizards that he might have even just found in the bush outside his house. Like,
who needs drugs? I'm gonna go buy some lizards.
Yeah, who needs to do drugs? We're gonna start smuggling lizards. Yeah, I know.
Smuggling lizards into
You just get like one of the blue tongue lizards or one of those gecko skinky things. Just have like a lunchbox full of them going through customs. Like, got anything to declare? Just open a lunchbox and it's like full of snakes or some shit.
That happens all the time. Kyle's favourite show, Border Security. Like,
Oh,
don't you see
God,
that shit all the time?
Yeah, I know. Some of the shit they find is insane. I haven't seen like any animals or anything on those episodes, but like the amount of drugs and like how people try to hide them, like it's either ingenious or they're absolute idiots. Like there's no in between.
But don't we have a reputation in Australia? Like, don't fuck with our border security because it's like on point. What if?
No.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
You only think it's on point because you always get randomly selected for fucking testing.
Yeah, it's
mate,
always
that's
random
bullshit.
selections.
That's bullshit, man. That is not randomly selected.
Yeah,
I've never been
I'm
selected.
like, this is bullshit. Just because like me and Benny are fucking, we're caramel skinned, then we're like, okay, these people are going to
comes the
the plane. We need to check.
It's
them.
exactly true.
And then fucking vanilla guy like Kyle just walks in and he could be carrying a bomb and will shit happen? Nah, nothing. He's white. Yeah,
Last time I walked into an airport, I think they made me go in that big ass like spread your arms and legs scanning machine. I'm standing there and I'm like, bruh, are you serious? Richard, remember, because PJ and Carl, do you know the comedian Gabriel Iglesias? Or Fluffy? Yeah. Well, Richard and I were watching his special on Netflix the other day. I won't tell the whole story because, don't want to get in trouble or anything. But essentially, like, he'd gotten this pocket knife from a friend he made in Australia and he forgot that it was in his pocket because he was drunk. And he walks through, like, he's in Sydney, and he walks through the airport to go leave, and he goes through the metal detector drunk, and he completely forgets he had this knife in his pocket, and it goes off. And the border patrol guy stands there and looks him up and down, and is like, you can go through, it's fine. and so apparently, Fluffy, he goes, because I was drunk, I got really pissed off, and he's like, "How do you know I'm not a terrorist?" And the border security guy apparently says, because have you ever seen a fat terrorist before? I wouldn't be entirely surprised if that was a true story, to be honest.
I should have remembered this story before I said, don't we have a reputation that we're really good.
When I went to Thailand,
security.
I managed to I managed to bring back like 3 of those, like, really high-powered lasers.
Yes! Oh, dude.
Chuck them in your toiletry bag and they're like...
Yeah, because they don't check how powerful they are. I went to China a few years ago, and I went with a group of people, and from school, like as a school thing.
Oh, is that
Have you been there
Yeah,
once
yeah.
or twice?
You guys went on, yeah.
Once, but I want to go back. I love China. And
China.
they one of them bought like this high power laser because in Australia you can only have, I don't know if it's the same everywhere, but you can only have like a laser at a very weak power so that it can't actually like cut through shit or burn shit or whatever. And like they bought this laser and pointed it at a plastic bag, like someone else was holding the bag and someone was pointing the laser at it, and it almost set, like it cut through the bag and almost set it on fire. It was so strong.
Fuck.
And like
Yeah, you can get mad fines for having them because people would like shine it up at like helicopters and shit. And it,
well, these
I remember
guys,
sorry.
yeah, these guys were like, we're standing on this massive like shopping center and looking down. These people are shining it down onto like the, like, well, obviously it wasn't as dangerous because it was at the sky, but like they were shining it down like, oh, must have been at least a dozen floors. And it was like, it was so bright and clear on the footpath on the ground floor. It was insane how strong
Dude, I
it
remember
was.
when I was in Thailand, like I wasn't on a hill, but I was elevated up above like most of the town. And after I bought one of these fucking laser things, it literally shone like 2 towns over. Like you could see it.
Yeah.
The end point of it. It was insane.
I remember you telling me this. Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Should get Wilson on to explain the technology of lasers.
Oh, fucking my, yeah. We need to get big Willy
Wilson's
started
Wonder
on this,
Laser.
man.
Wilson. Jesus. I tell you what's a really strict place with their border security?
Singapore?
Italy. Dude,
You're kidding.
Italy is intensely good. Like, I was in, like, one, because it was going slow, and two, because they were being thorough. I was trying to get through, like, what's the part of the airport called where you come in from another country? I want to say immigration, but I don't know if that's right.
Customs.
No.
Customs.
Is it customs? When you're going into a country and, like, not to stay?
Yeah.
Is it still customs? Oh, okay. I thought customs was just like when you get back home sort of thing. Oh, yeah. Anyway, I was in this one room right from the airport and all these planes had come in, so I was already a mess. Actually, you know what? Maybe their security wasn't too good and maybe they were just really lazy. But anyway, we were standing inside this big airport room, right? And the line was already massive by the time we got off our flight because there was like 3 or 4 flights that came in all at the same time. And we're standing there and we're waiting to get in. And we were in this room for about an hour and a half waiting to get to the check-in part, right? And we cross around the doorway to exit the room to go what we thought was to the check-in part, only to come around the corner and see that there's another fucking big-ass room where the line was all the way from the desks, like a good 4 or 5 rows of people down, banked all the way back to the other room and to like the entry part where you get off the plane and walk into the airport. I was literally standing in that customs room to get my passport checked for 3 hours. And I don't know if it was because they were being thorough or if it was just because they only had like 1 or 2 people on the gates. But it took me for freaking ever to get through customs there.
America's got scary customs, I reckon.
I haven't...
Yeah,
'Cause
man.
they
When I
don't
was in
fuck
Hawaii
around.
when I was in Hawaii the other week, you know how like you just go and get those people that just check your
You went to Hawaii the other week?
Yeah. Oh, the other month.
No, I honestly just didn't know.
Oh, you didn't know that? Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, it would actually be like 1 month ago when I left. And you know how like when you get your passport checks in Australia, like the officers, they're just officers. They don't have any guns or anything. You know, mate. I'm getting my passport checked by like some little like Hawaiian lady. And she's fucking packing like just a huge gun, like on the desk, and I'm like.
But keep in mind, little Billy from down the road seems to have a gun in America. I don't know if it's just a stereotype from the outside, but like...
I don't know. I think they all have guns.
But like even little Billy's packing an AK-47 down in his back pocket, bro. I wouldn't fuck
like,
with anyone.
I didn't think like it'll be that bad. Like,
Bro, but even their
She was-
mall cops carry guns.
Yeah, that's true. That's scary. But I'd say what's even scarier is that sometimes they actually need to.
yeah, but like I'm just thinking like, when are you gonna have to use that fucking huge thing? Like I don't think people are gonna like fuck around that much with like border security, especially.
See, that's funny because like it seems to be strict becoming. Like I don't know, because I've heard like another podcast where guys are talking about how like they were doing drugs in like the terminal and all that sort of shit, and then they would go in like completely stoned off their face. Because like in Australia, but Australia, you're not even allowed to board the plane if they think you're too sick. And like these guys were like absolutely munted.
I heard about this thing. Like it's cheaper than going on a bender like to fucking like Sydney for the weekend. It's like what they do is like they catch a bloody plane to Tijuana, Mexico, they like sniff a fucking they sniff however much of coke to get on the plane, go to Tijuana, get the purest shit. But he sniff all that, get on a plane, and by the time you get back, it's Monday morning. You're right for work.
Holy shit, that's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Fuck. And that's cheaper.
Maybe not cheaper, but that's what the thing said.
It'd be pretty close.
Yeah, boys, you want to go to Mexico?
Fuck yeah. I mean,
I wouldn't fuck with coke, man.
Yeah, I don't think I would either. It was
That
a joke,
stuff. That stuff is scary, dude. I would never touch that stuff.
If the opportunity arose.
yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't touch that stuff either, guys. Haha.
Shut up.
That nose is made for
No.
cocaine, Richard.
I think that like any fucking South American, like in the genetics, like they give you like a big nostril just to fucking like
Escobar.
As much as physically possible. It's like how a pelican can hold like a gallon of water in its beak.
It's like how much fucking coke can like a fucking South American cunt.
And you can store it in your nostrils too.
Yeah, it was like save it
Feed
for
the
later.
kids in the wintertime.
Like,
Yeah, baby bird that shit.
yeah, baby, you just like close one nostril and just like do a little.
Oh, it's like how you see those football players like shooting the snot out of their nose and like in between the breaks. It's just cocaine flies out of the nostril.
Oh man, fucking that reminds me. You know, my cousin is barred from entering the United States.
That's
Wait,
hilarious.
what? What did he do?
Nah. Well, he's the. This is the cousin
yeah.
that's the biggest fucking retard.
I haven't heard this story.
So he goes. I think he was in Uruguay just visiting the family, right? And before he was.
Is it
going
the
over
tax
to
evading
America,
one?
He went to.
Oh,
that's-
Jesus.
that's the other
It's a different one.
Oh no.
You
yeah,
idiot.
there's 2 ones. Yeah. Nah, and this is the one that teaches now in Vietnam, and he teaches English.
Because he couldn't teach English in the US.
Because he couldn't teach fucking English in Australia. Because like, hey bro, what's going on, man? So and he's like fucking
Soy
speaks
Dora.
Spanglish.
English.
Yeah. Anyway, from Uruguay he went to Cuba, and his last name is
Oh
Castro.
my god.
Now, Castro,
Yeah.
Cuba. I'll let everyone fucking piece that one together, you know. And my dad begged him, mate, if you're going into the US or fucking wherever, don't have any drugs in you. What does his fucking idiot do? He has one little joint in his shoe.
Idiot.
And I don't think he. Yeah, and I don't think he realized that when you enter the US in the customs,
Even
you
if he
have to
put
take
it
your
like
shoes off.
in his underwear in between his butt crack, he would have been fine.
Just don't take it in the first place.
Oh,
Buy
I
it
don't
when
even-
you're
Well,
over.
Yeah, that would be the smart idea.
Yeah,
but like
nah,
if he
you-
had to.
Nah, you wouldn't have been
Nah,
fine.
they
regardless
detect it either way.
because-
Like,
Oh yeah, they go crazy on the dogs
all
over there,
around.
don't
you
they?
have a better chance of buying it over there, and you can buy a lot
Yeah.
more of it.
Yeah.
Exactly, and this fucker goes, oh, I'm just gonna take one
Yeah.
little joint. And
What's
he's
the point of
like, yeah,
taking a little joint?
So
Oh
he's
my
barred.
god.
Yeah,
That's
so
actually
he's barred
hilarious.
from entering. Yeah, man. And then I think there's another one that my mum's best friend's husband, he's Colombian, but he grew up in Australia, right? But when he went over to the US, he decided to take
Oh,
a trip
no.
to Mexico first, and he had
What?
some cocaine on him.
That's a little bit more
Yeah,
extreme than a
and he's
singular
fucking-
joint.
Yeah, nah, but it's been it's been like over 20 years since he's been back, and he's still not allowed to
Oh
enter.
no shit.
He's got a fucking family. He's got kids. He's still not allowed to
What,
enter.
the US?
The US is just not allowed.
So what, does
he
his kids
cannot
and his
set
wife
up
live
a-
over in the US or?
Nah, he lives here, and and everything's here. But like they wanted to take a trip to the US, and he applied to get the
they
thing like,
wouldn't let
taken
him.
off. You know, and they're like
Drug
and they're
charges
like,
are
nah,
serious
nah,
things.
Nah,
Yeah, they are.
yeah, like
I would.
you know, and that's just the US. Like fucking in Bali and
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
they'll fucking
bruh.
kill you.
Yeah, they will literally kill you.
Yeah, man.
I heard this story. This guy Dan Mace that I follow. He went over to Thailand for like or fucking Bali wherever for. They were there for like work or something, and he's there with a bunch of his mates, and they had like I don't know how it ended up happening, but they got arrested, and the cops had them in this holding cell, and then hours and hours later they said, all right, you're free to go. And they went out to their car. It was like a hired car, and they had a look through the car, and they found all of these stashes of marijuana.
Oh no!
What the cops had done was planted it in there, and a few blocks down the road they'd set up a blockade.
Oh my god!
Because they thought, well, they won't know it's in there, but then they'll get stopped and we'll find the weed. And
Sorry,
then,
where's this?
you know, fuck them. This was in, I think it was in Bali.
Yeah, Indonesian police, man, they're known for being dodgy as hell.
Yeah. That shit scares me. That I don't think I'd ever want to travel over there just because of that.
You just have to be real careful.
The only good thing about Bali is like the cheap grog.
I think my brother was in Bali, in the actual like place where the Bali bombings happened. He was there like a little while just before it, in the exact place.
Oh,
fuck that,
Bruh.
That's like those situations. Like if you see a car accident or some shit like that, like you think, Jesus Christ, if I was like a minute earlier leaving the house, that would have been me. Like that's the same sort of scenario. It's like if he had booked his holiday a week later or something. Like, oh,
dude, that'd be sketch as fuck.
Yeah, dude, that's the thing. Like you have to like. In some countries, like, it's not so much a big deal, like, if you want to smoke weed or whatever, and, like, you can get away with it, or it's even legalized, but you have to really do your research when you're going overseas, because some countries will literally kill you for it. And, like, they'll even go to the extent to, like, plant it on you, sort of thing. Like,
I can't remember if it was Singapore or Malaysia, but something similar happened to some, like, old lady, some Australian old lady, not too long back, I think it was last year or the year before, and she's been sentenced to death over it. Like some other, whether or not she actually did it herself or it was planted on her, still just the drug smuggling charge doesn't deserve death.
Nah, especially
IMO.
those dudes part of the Bali 9. They were like year 12 students. They just graduated. They'd gone over there. They got caught with a bit of weed. They got shot
their life
dead.
is fucked.
Yeah,
they were killed for it. That's fucked.
Look, on one argument, if you know their rules,
yeah,
you don't follow it. But
that's harsh.
Yeah,
it is harsh.
If you're gonna have a look at the rule's fucked.
Oh yeah, but like you said, it's their country, it's their rules, sort of thing, and it's so hard to dispute.
The thing is, over there, I've heard of situations where like some local dude comes up to you, he's like, "Oh, I want to buy some weed." He sells it to you, and then he tips the cops off.
Yeah.
The cops come and arrest you. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like you in some countries you just can't be anywhere near it. It's just better to just stay away from all of it. Speaking of the cops,
yeah,
don't do drugs, kids.
Silly.
Or if you're gonna do drugs,
smartly,
do it just
even smartly's not a word, but.
Don't be a dickhead.
Well, Richard, don't do drugs.
Yeah, that would probably be a better message. It was about probably longer, maybe a year ago even. I can't remember, but like how to basic released anything for view Chad's nudes on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah, there was like a photo. The worst part was if you're looking at it on. Actually, does Twitter on your computer like cut out a bit of the picture just so it fits neatly on the screen?
No.
Okay, well it does on mobile, and I was looking at it on mobile, and when it's like on mobile, it just looks like a picture of Chad because he's wearing clothes and everything, but like his wang is hanging out of his fly, and he's got one of his nuts sticking out as well, and so when you're scrolling through it on like mobile Twitter, it just looks like a photo of Chad in like this Hawaiian t-shirt or some shit like that. I can't remember the exact picture, but he's in like a t-shirt and he's just like smiling or doing a thumbs up or just some normal shit. And then I opened it to have a look at it because like there was a lot of like weird comments going on. I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? And so I opened it. I'm like, holy shit! And it's just
That's his wang.
His little wang's hanging out of his pants. And how to basic posted it on his Twitter feed.
PJ, when you get your studio up, set it up like his. Yeah.
They do have a pretty nice studio actually.
Put up like actually no, do it like that, but then have like the big werewolf fucking monkey shit thing that.
Werewolf monkey shit.
Nah, it actually looks like a werewolf monkey thing.
Yeah, I can see that. I guess it's like a man monkey. In case you don't understand what we're talking about, we've got our new logo. Only what was it? A few days ago? on recording this? What, the weekend?
Yeah, nearly a week ago.
Nearly a week?
No, I got it.
No, it was on the weekend, wasn't it?
I can't remember.
We're still pretty excited about all that because it's been something
Shit's
we've been
happening.
talking about for a while. Yeah, we finally feel like we can progress with our socials and stuff like that. So we'll probably start posting more on those as well now. At the time of recording, how many subscribers are we at? 66?
66
Yeah, so thank you guys for subscribing. Yeah.
Oh, what the
That's alright.
fuck? I just
On
saw what Kyle sent. On the
Yeah, that's
page.
Steve-O.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
fuck. Yeah, I hadn't.
Oh, wait, maybe that, I don't think that is Steve-O.
Wait,
But
is this what you were talking about?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about our logo.
No, I was talking about the thing Joe Rogan has in his
Oh
studio.
my god.
Holy shit, I just see this man fucking a wolf. And I'm like,
It's not a
What
real
the
wolf,
heck?
just a disclaimer.
I'm gonna use that for the intro.
It's just some man fucking a wolf.
It's just
That's better than the cornflakes.
The thing is that the wolf looks like it's screaming in pain as well, and he just looks like he's.
Can you flash it up on the screen, PJ?
Yeah, we'll flash it up on the screen. I'm actually a little disturbed by it. I'm gonna get rid of that. Speaking of big ass wolf looking motherfuckers, I went to the beach last weekend with Vivi, and it just so happened that we ended up at a dog beach, right? And so there's all these like little motherfuckers around, running around, and there's this like one lab that just kept like staunching all the other dogs, and like if they tried to walk past him, he would literally stand like 5 feet away from it and stare them down until they came close enough that he would start chasing them. And like this dog literally did it for like 30 minutes straight, and he would do it to every dog he saw. And like some of the reactions from the other dogs were hilarious because like there was this really fat beagle. It was super old. It was tiny, but dude, it looked like it was like thicker than a football. It was a thick dog. And like this Labrador runs up to this thick boy and starts like staring him down. This dog just walks right past it, and so the lab chases it, and it just the other dog just completely ignores it. But the funny part about this beagle is that when we're looking at it from a distance, Vivi and I thought that this dog had like this massive tumor looking thing on its belly, and we got closer to it at one stage, and this beagle just had a massive schlong. Like, this dog had the biggest penis I have ever seen.
Same.
No, but seriously, like, it looked like it was a tumor from a distance, like a massive tumor.
This is a good segue. So I've been nagging my parents to let me buy a German Shepherd when I move home because like
I have a thing about
Why
that
do you
too.
want a
actually.
German Shepherd?
I saw one at the
Fucking
beach. It was
best
like a
dog.
bear.
Ugly as hell.
It was huge. This one I saw.
my dad had one that was a monster. He said that what it used to do was their neighbors had like one of those signs up the front say beware of dog. They must have had like a Rottweiler or something. When my dad would come home from work, he'd see our dog Chabelle like climbing out of their yard. It'd just been fucking their dog. And it would come back.
Oh boy.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, I've been nagging my parents to let me get one, but the main reason they won't let me have one when I move back
It's because
is
they'll
'cause
fuck the neighbor's
apparently-
dog.
well, no, that doesn't matter.
Your old dog.
Nah, because my dad says their shit is huge. Bennett, you have a big dog.
I do have a big dog.
How big does your dog shit?
He's quite elegant with his shits.
Elegant,
Yeah,
huh?
they're not massive.
So there you go.
If you're gonna get one that's anyone the size of this bear I saw at the beach, this is why I started that story. Actually, this German Shepherd easily weighed about 70 kilos, I reckon. He was fucking huge. There was like 4 other German Shepherds on the beach with this one.
70 kilos?
Yeah.
It's fucking bigger than
Yeah.
me.
It's about half
He-
my size.
Like, there was 3 other German Shepherds on this beach with this dog, and he just towered over all of them. And then I walk up to him and start playing with him, and then his owner comes up, and he's like, oh, he's waiting for you to kick the sand. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he just scoops up wet sand with his foot and flicks it, and this dog dives into the air like an absolute monkey and just starts eating the sand out of the air.
Alright, that's a dumb German Shepherd.
It was a dumb German Shepherd, but it was kind of cool.
I have, like, my dad was telling me this other story about their old one, and some guy was walking a dog and it got off the chain and, like, ran over to try and staunch our one.
Yeah.
And our one's just sort of standing there looking at this one, and they're, like, facing up. And my dad said it looked like he yawned, And then he just put his jaws over the head of this dog, just gently, and just held him there.
What the fuck? Your dog was a beast, man.
Yeah, but he just held him there. It was like, just
like not aggressively. You just like,
Yeah,
sit
just like,
back down.
Yeah, sit down, bitch. I will eat you.
Fuck me. This is why I
No,
don't.
you-
have
any
You
dog
like
try
my
to
dog
eat you,
though
bro.
now.
Oh yeah, but I like Bennett's dog.
Bennett's
Yeah,
dog's
my-
dopey.
My dog's
fucking-
name's Dustin and he's a boxer, and I gave him the nickname Mr. Child, and he now responds to Mr. Child. He's an absolute idiot. He's the dumbest, but he's the most lovable dog you will ever meet in your life.
Big agree.
He
He's a
He has a-
fucking retard.
He has a-
Remember Richard with my little dog.
oh yeah.
My
Mate, your dog is feral. He kept
No,
barking
but
I'm gonna
for
have to
no
agree.
reason.
Your dog's a cranky cunt.
well, the white one is, but the other little rat thing.
Yeah, it just runs away from you.
Yeah, it fucking hated Richard.
Yeah, he just kept being like, "Ah!" And I was like, what the fuck is his problem? And it kept growling at me, and I was like, is this thing gonna pounce at me?
Would have been
And
Fight of the
I
Chihuahuas.
would like, legit. Yeah, exactly, bro, mate. I would legit try. I would try to get out of like the couch, like where I slept, and it would just fucking.
What
just
breed
go
are they, PJ?
berserk.
We got a Maltese, and then I don't know what the other thing
What's
is.
the one with a weird fucking moustache?
We don't know. It's like a we don't know. We found our mum knows what it is, but I don't think it's an actual dog breed. I think someone like fucked around with too many different types and just come out with this weird thing. And it's like a failed experiment or
bit
some
of cross
shit.
species as well, probably.
Yeah, there's something wrong with it, bro.
Well, I think the day Richard, because Richard met Dustin when we got him as a puppy, like probably 2 years ago now, and like Dustin is a super excitable dog, and so Richard kind of stayed away from him, still a bit scared of him, because at this point Dustin didn't quite know all the rules yet, and he was still trying to jump on Richard all the time. But Richard probably saw him again for the first time about a year and a half, like 6 months ago or something like that. And he comes in. Dustin was barking at the door, and like this boy has a thick and menacing bark. Like he sounds like he will tear you to shreds. And then the moment you get like inside, he will run up the hallway and hide like a little bitch. And
Whenever you go near your house, like at the front door, he's just like patrolling the front door.
yeah, he
open.
literally even like sometimes he barks when there's nothing there too, just because he thinks there's something there. Like he's an absolute idiot. I love him to bits, but he's an idiot. And anyway, so Richard's scared like shitless of Dustin at this point because he heard this big menacing bark, and so he comes inside because Richard's not a dog person.
How can you not be a dog person, bro? Dogs
Anyway.
are the fucking best.
I tell you.
Well,
why
let me
I'm
finish
not a
this,
dog
and you can
person.
tell me.
Because
you can
when
tell
I
the story.
yeah, okay.
And so, so he comes inside, and Richard's like slowly been trying to pat him, and then running away a little bit, and then Dustin was slowly trying to come up to him to try and get pat, and then he was running away, and so like the two of them were just shitting themselves over each other. And so Richard sits down on our couch, and we have like this little coffee table in front of our couch, and it's pretty heavy. It's thick wood.
Mate, it's
Yeah,
like
it's really
oak
thick.
wood,
It's a
like-
thick wooden table, and
Thick as fuck.
like,
it's thick
easy-
AF.
No, not as
like
thick as
80 kilos.
Richard's mother.
Jesus Christ, Kyle.
That's staying in.
Moving on before Richard starts to cry.
He's out. He
So,
left. I wanted to hear why he's scared of dogs.
so Richard's sitting down on the couch, and Dustin comes up to Richard to try and get pat again. And so Dustin's like sniffing at his kneecap, and Richard like slowly puts his hand out and puts his hand on Dustin's head. Dustin freaks the fuck out, does a 180, and slams his head directly into this heavy coffee table.
But the good thing is your dog can't get any dumber. So like
No,
he's
but
alright.
he hit the table with so much force that the table moved like a good 30 centimeters almost. And this dog didn't even care. He just sprinted off after that. Like he wasn't phased in the slightest. He just ran.
You know, as soon as Bennett said thick, I fucking knew I was coming. Like I knew I was coming. Like no joke. I was preparing myself, but it was like, nah.
Do you want to tell a story about why you're scared of dogs? Well, you're not scared of my dog anymore, but of
Why I'm
dogs in
scared
general.
Nah, Dustin's cool. Like Dustin's chill now. But why I was scared and still is a bit scared of dogs to this day, is because like when I was around like 3 years old or something, we like every week I would say, or every 2 weeks, we would go up to my dad's best mate's house, and he lived on like fucking like an acreage house, you know, and he had these 2 fucking massive dogs. I don't know what fucking species they are.
The species is dog. The breed. The breed, I couldn't tell you, Richard.
The species, though, I can confirm was a dog.
Yeah. What? See, this is why I'm not a dog.
Because you're an idiot.
The species was actually cat. The breed was Great Dalmatian or some shit.
Yeah, they're 2 fucking big dogs, and I'm tiny. You know, I'm this tiny little kid. Still am a tiny kid. Yeah. You know. Yeah. Well, I'm not fucking denying.
No, if I had a bit more facial hair, I could probably pass as your father.
Freak. You know what the sad thing is? You're not wrong. That like that could work. Anyway, yeah, and I'll get out of the fucking car after we park and get to the house. These fucking 2 dogs come out of fucking nowhere and maul me. They just not biting it. They just fucking jumped on top of me.
They were happy to see you.
Yeah, that's what I tried to tell him too, but he's always been like,
they're loving
no,
you.
they were trying to kill me.
Yeah, they probably were. But like, you don't just fucking come up to this tiny ass kid that they're bigger than and just fucking start licking him.
That sounds traumatic, dude. That sounds so traumatic.
That story would have been so much better
just,
if one of them got its wiener out and you just ran off.
Just 2 massive dogs.
They literally licked you. They haven't seen you in like 2 weeks, and they obviously love you to bits, and so they jump on you to give you licks. What's your problem, dude?
Yeah, and like ever since that day, I've just like whenever they come, I've like just ran to the house. Like I went, no, you 2 can fuck off, because they're fucking massive, man. They're huge. I don't know what happened to them. Maybe they passed, or maybe they had to get rid of them. But like when they got rid of them and they replaced it with another dog, and this one's okay.
Yeah, this one's only just taller than him.
Yeah, this one's like a Rottweiler. So
that one's okay, but the ones that were licking you weren't, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's okay, because this one, how they trained him is.
You have to train Roddies.
Because this guy. Yeah, this dog, the name is Diesel. He's like cool. He's just like,
motherfucker sounds like he would
tear
tear your balls off if you got the chance.
Oh, he would, but he's really cool with humans. But like when it comes to other animals, fuck, he's a ruthless prick. Like honestly, they used to have bunnies. This motherfucker ate them.
He's trying to get that unleaded fuel in his diesel tank.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's like, oh, fucking, they haven't fed me my pedigree, mate. You get this bag on special? Fuck you, cheap cunt. I'm gonna eat your rabbit. Yeah, so that's why, like, I'm just a bit iffy with dogs, because
you got licked. You can't say you got mauled and then follow up the sentence with, they then licked me.
Alright, fine. They showered me with love, and I
he's
hate
been
when
afraid
people
of
love
commitment
me.
ever
Is that
since.
fine for you guys?
Because Kyle brought up the dogs bringing out their weighing, I actually found a news story today. What the fuck? So, I haven't actually told the other 3 what the title is or what it's even about, but I was online and I found this absolute gemstone. Yeah, you ready, guys?
Holy fuck.
Nice.
What?
Apparently, the FBI suspected this guy of who worked at a morgue of organ trafficking.
Oh my
god. They raided his house, and apparently they found 3,000 penises. And there's a quote here, according to one Agent Ramirez, there were shelves everywhere filled with hundreds of glass jars. Each of them contained a penis floating in formalin.
What the hell?
So I'll link this
Did it say why?
Organ trafficking.
So
But why would he
I
organ
guess there's a
traffic
market
penises
for it.
out of everything? But doesn't like fucking hearts and shit and all those other organs, like the actually important ones,
people were using them? He was doing it illegally, so
I mean, it'd probably be better than a bloody steak.
yeah, no, but I'm saying, like, is it I didn't know it was possible to get a dick transplant.
Apparently, he's been cutting them off for more than 10 years.
He's probably just cutting them off just for the sake of it.
Yeah, he's just keeping them in jars.
Does he send like a catalogue with like, you just pick a dick, you know? What dick do you want?
Yeah, people just think it's dick.
Yeah, it's big.
It's actually his jars on his shelf.
God, what is this website?
I don't know, but I think this is the place to go.
What's this one? Trans species man abandons family to live naked in the forest.
Okay, I
as
think
a
this
squirrel.
website. I think it's a parody website.
It
Has
must
to
be. It has to be. There's no way. World's News Daily Reports. No, but it's had quotes and stuff.
Yeah, of
surely.
course it is. Of course it is. You go to the front page. Man sues strip club where he contracted syphilis after licking dance pole. Japanese whaling crew eaten alive
I
by
just found
killer
it.
whale.
World's
16
News
dead.
Daily Report is a satirical fake news website.
Well, I've been bamboozled, but
This is too
I feel
funny,
like
though.
This has been worth it.
Bloody hell, Bennett. You made us look like dickheads. I thought this was all legit shit.
Yeah, fuck you, Bennett.
Binge eater hospitalized after gobbling up more than 30 pounds of urinal deodorizers.
Hunter claims he was sexually assaulted by a Sasquatch. California woman sues her parents
for a
because
payout,
she's ugly.
Yeah, well, we look like dickheads now.
I thought it would still be funny to read them.
Did you know it was fake?
No, but
Oh.
continuing to read them was a choice that I'm very happy to do.
Looking at the trending tab, seeing all 5 bullshit articles, I'm just like, hey, this is actually satirical.
Yeah, see, I didn't actually look at the rest of the website because I found this and I was like, oh, okay, this is like somewhat plausible.
The URL sounds like it's a decent source.
Yeah, I know, because it's literally worldnewsdailyreport.com/FBI seizes over 3,000 penises during raid at morgue employees' home. Like, it seems like an actual URL link that a news article would use.
We probably have like 60,000 different viruses on our computer now, Bennett.
Yeah, probably. So, do you gentlemen have anything else you'd like to share tonight? Nothing? Alright, from that silence I'm going to take that you're either incredibly stupid or you've got nothing to say.
Yeah, this is just to get to our minute mark so we can get monetization.
Alright, this is episode, what was this going to be, 2? Episode 2? Yeah. This is episode 2 of Pragmatically Primitive. I'm not sure what I called the episode when Richard first appears in, whether it was episode 1 or 2 I called it, so it might be a little bit fucked. But anyway, we hope you enjoyed this episode. I've been joined by Kyle.
Epic Gundam style.
This is PJ.
Yeah.
And Richie. Little Dick.
Bye!
Christ.